to the here at some point, different continent, but sometimes not so successful. There's a story we'll talk about later, but about my research specifically today, I'm going to talk about the NFT, fintech, and metaverse in general. So my research is technically a PhD in business management from the fintech perspective, from viewing cryptocurrency trading and NFT in general. So my actual research is in NFTs in China. Today we're not going to go into that because it's so much of a bigger topic. Not only politics, but also the economy and the culture difference and everything. I'm just going to go like overview of NFT, metaverse, and fintech, and how we're approaching it from the business management point of view. And if you want to get into more details, feel free to spend people if you want. I do have some online lectures about this as well, which will be more into the details of what's actually happening behind it. So brief introduction of myself. Currently I'm doing a PhD at the University of Manchester at the AMBS. And I do lecture at the MMU and here, and also the University of Law as well, in business management, finance, and also some of the LLB courses related to financial crimes. So some of them might be relatable. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be more than happy to share some of the insights. And also in the meantime, I'm co-founder and the GPR for Hamelin. It's a US, it's a startup based in the US, but currently we have 110 employees in general. So if you're interested into that, a lot of my students are very interested in an internship for the future, please feel free to reach out as well. And I'm more than happy to tell you more about what we actually do. But there are a couple of different opportunities that is available, because I'm currently doing PR for different companies as well, so feel free to just ask. Anyway, so going to the topic of, first here we're all researchers, we want to talk about the actual things. Firstly, I just want to ask, do you happen to know what is NFTs, non-fungible tokens? Does anybody want to give it a yes, please?
Can you give me an example?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So they are kind of like art pieces that you can buy that don't really exist, but you own them, but they're digital art pieces.
Yes, in some way, yes. Yes, absolutely. In some way, it's very, I think if you're viewing from the tangible things of what you're talking about, most of the time it does look like art. Well. But thank you so much for your contribution though. So non-fungible tokens here, fungible tokens, for example, just approach from the name, fungible tokens are normally the tokens that could exchange values from one to another. That is the exact same amount of value. For example, currencies. You can use, for example, Chinese currency, RMB, to the US dollars and exchange it with the exact same rate at that moment. Or Bitcoin. Or on blockchain, you have different kinds of coins, Ethereum or the Dogecoins. With 2 coins, you have the exact same value, and that is called fungible tokens. Non-fungible tokens basically means each of the token has a unique value of how much it is. So technically, it's not decided by the market, it's not decided by anything, so each one of the tokens is different from one another. And all the non-fungible tokens, NFTs, exist, or actually fungible tokens as well, a lot of digital currencies, exist on the blockchain technology. Do we happen to know what is blockchain technology in general? Or Web3 in general? No, not really? Yeah, yes, please.
It has several definitions, but from the way I understand it, it could be used as a decentralized database, it could be used for smart contracts.
Yes.
So it depends on what's the purpose behind using it.
Exactly, yes, it can be used in multiple purposes, exactly. So blockchain Web3 is basically this facility, this bunch of technologies, for example, the smart contracts, that is machine-to-machine transaction. So a lot of the time, for example, when we're transferred 1 million or $1 billion US dollars from one bank to another, it takes about a month for them to check, okay, these are the procedures and these are the policies. And then you can transfer where the source of the money. But when it comes to this work, for example, cryptocurrency trading, you could exchange 1 billion US dollars using the cryptocurrencies within 2 minutes, for example. It's a very short period of time, and also it's because it's machine-to-machine transaction, so there's no human interactions. And also in the meantime, government would not be allowed to interfere any of the transaction. For example, at the very beginning, a lot of the cryptocurrency trading has happened in ransoms. Somebody's blackmailing you, blackmail your computer and asks you to transfer this amount of Bitcoin to a specific account. When you report to the police are actually not going to be able to do anything because government can't interfere with these sort of transactions. And that's also one of the reasons a lot of the financial institutions or organizations or companies are promoting these sort of technologies because firstly, it's encrypted. Secondly, it's non-interfered by any external factors. And also thirdly, it can't really be stolen unless you know the password. And that's the only way for you to get access to the wallet as well. Going further from there, metaverse. Do we happen to know what is metaverse in general? Yes, please.
It's like a virtual space that's based on a lot of technologies.
Yes.
Like blockchain, AR, VR, digital twin, something.
Yes, exactly. That's very correct, actually. It is a virtual space that incorporates a lot of different technologies inside. And technically, it's supposed to be, according to the concept at least, it's supposed to be a virtual and immersive experience of getting to this space. So you're supposed to feel like a universe. Like right now, we're in this 3D universe. And you're supposed to get into the metaverse just like that as well. So the reason why I just defined these terms and everything, you know, so I can realize that I'm running out of time very quickly, is because these new concepts can all be explained through theories and where it's coming from. To understand the originality of these topics and then how we're going to understand it is very much generated through history as well. Of course, we're looking into the future, going on to, this is actually the method I'm currently using, the walkthrough method. These two are the screenshots of the interface for spatial, which is a metaverse spatial application. The reason why I mentioned this specific method is because it's a relatively new method that has been introduced in digital sociology. So a lot of the time, business management or business programs are very much related to sociology and social science. And it's half related to the tech side of the digital architecture as well. Basically, walkthrough method, which was used a couple of years ago to analyze metaverse into a relationship. What they do is they go through each step of the application. They take screenshots of it, and each step comes with the research notes to document how are the users experiencing, and how is the app govern itself, how do they balance the goal of organizing this app, and then how does it go towards the end of the outcome for this app. I'm trying to say towards the end, because we don't really have enough time to actually explain or go into the details of the actual research topic, which I'm more than happy to share in details later as well, is basically these all spectrums all have to come together hand in hand when we're discussing specific technologies. A technology, for example, from the social constructivist point of view, a technology cannot leave society to exist. So at the very beginning, sociologists would argue it is the human interactions that generate specific technology. For example, a bike is designed like this, for example, with a seat on it, because human needs to sit on it to cycle that way. Of course, from different perspectives, new materialism argues, which is another digital sociology theory, argues that materials are materials, and they're the origin of everything, but human are only a part of it. There are different theories you can apply. There are different theories you could listen to and try to apply to the current technology that is happening in this society. But towards the end of the day, we all need to work together and then come together to do this cross-interdisciplinary research to understand how the society works, how the technology works, and how to work it out in